Where is the truth with this Tigers team? I know it's in the middle, right? It's not what we saw last weekend. I hope that it's not what we saw the first, month and a half of the season. But, and look, this makes sense here. The Tigers, when they score 5 runs is about the magic number in Major League Baseball. 16-3 when they do it, 7-20 when they don't. I would bet that runs congruent, to use a high dollar word there. I bet that runs congruent with a lot of major league teams. 5 runs seems to be that magical number. But, Terry, I guess the thing you're concerned about with that is 27 games they scored less than 5, and only 19 they've gotten 5 or more.
Yeah, that is scary. But you know
which
what
one
bothers...
of those is more closer to the truth? Under 5 runs a game?
Under 5, yes, no question. Because, they went 19 innings without a run.
Against the Marlins.
Yeah, against the Marlins. Think about that. 19 innings, you can't score 1 run. To me, when I look, I'm not looking at this as a little microcosm as you are. I'm looking at this more as this fan base does not deserve 8 years of below 500 baseball.
No, none of us do.
Okay.
That we agree on.
That's what, and I don't think we've put enough heat. For instance, let me ask you this question. I don't know the answer. How often have you been critical of Chris Ilitch in the last 2 months?
Very.
Okay.
It's documented.
The
last 6 months.
Yeah. I'm telling you, with what we see out there on the field, Mike Ilitch in the later part of his career here, Mike Ilitch would have said, okay, we need a hitter. We're going to get a hitter. I don't care how much it costs. Miggy is gone. We're not going to sit here and watch you watch 2-run games for the rest of the summer. We may not be good, but maybe we'll lose some games 8-5 or 10-6 or whatever. He's going to he would make sure there's some offense. Chris Ilitch is sitting back, wearing his little Tiger jacket and say, okay, no heat on me, so who cares?
Yeah, and look, it's always going to come back to that, right? Because KG and I got an argument after argument. KG said this was good enough for him. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
just based on what I think they're doing this season.
You said it was good enough for you, your words.
Yes.
And here we are.
Because what is
19 scoreless against the Marlins.
What I believe is happening is what seems to be playing out. This is an evaluation year. It was always an evaluation year. Now they do have the talent to technically compete for the Central, but I don't expect them to make any further moves, especially this year. Maybe next offseason.
Would you agree with me, KG, that it's possible they could be one piece away?
Away from a World Series?
No, from winning the division. Like, easy guy.
We're not even thinking World Series.
Yeah, right. I was just making sure. I just wanted to verify. But yes, I do feel they could be one piece away.
So therefore, if you believe that, then how can you not be outside yourself about not adding that one piece?
Well, like I said, this was always going to be an evaluation year. They needed to see what they had with the young talent. It's only Scott Harris's second real season as the GM. They needed to see what the young talent has, going forward. But I believe they
are you impressed so far?
Not. I'm not flying over the moon, but we have seen some good performances from some of the young talent.
Okay, how long are you willing to wait to watch them stumble and bumble and strike out? And...
I just want to see something next offseason because this season is kind of what it is.
This is where I'm going with this, and I'm glad we're getting into this right now.
Yeah.
Because where I'm going with that is this. You have 2 more years of Tarek Skubal arbitration eligible. 2. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm guessing, because he's a threat to win the Cy Young this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a threat.
Arguably the best pitcher in baseball right now.
Whether you think he will or not, he's in the conversation. No matter what, he's in the conversation. So if he wins a Cy Young, Terry, make no mistake. When he comes up, I think he'll be 28, 29 when he comes up.
Mm-hmm.
He is looking to set his life up forever with that contract. There were no hometown discounts or none of that stuff. He has the potential, Terry, to be a $400 million player. Mm-hmm. Is that crazy? Is that out of the realm of possibility?
No, it's not.
And I just look at it because, you have Verlander and Scherzer that are 40 $43 or $44 million a year guys right now.
Yeah.
So is it crazy?
50.
Is it crazy to say Skubal could be a 10-year, 40-a-year guy?
If he wins the Cy Young, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It will probably be more.
But whatever.
Point.
So say $400 million is the baseline,
Okay.
right? So judging by what you said and what you're okay with, what evidence do you have to suggest that says that this ownership will say we will pay the price to keep him?
I mean, they did it with Cole Keith without seeing the at-bat.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They took that Ronald Acuna low-risk gamble with Colt Keith.
Yeah.
Which is something I wanted them to do with Riley Green now.
I feel you. And I'm on board with that.
Because if this is the way we're going to do it, then these are the things you have to do.
Yeah.
I'm not confident. Terry, are you confident in that? Right here, right now. Tarek Skubal wins the Cy Young. Are you confident that through his arbitration year, because it's never going to get any better than it is right now?
That's true.
And if you won't make moves now with him at this number, what moves are you going to make when he's making real money, Terry?
None. What they should do is they should probably trade him to get some offense.
And that could be in play.
Because
that could be on
the
the table.
Tigers are not going to become contenders, I'm convinced, for the next 10 years. They don't have the mentality from Chris Ilitch. They don't have the oomph that organizations need. They're not willing to take chances. They just, okay, we just wanted the game, and we're content with that. And they don't get heat from the public. The public is like, okay, we're a little upset, but that's all right. So they're not going to do anything outlandish to try to become a contender. And it's stupid. The Tigers don't understand, or Chris Ilitch doesn't understand, you don't even have to put a championship team out there. You got to put a team out there that's a threat every day. And the people will show up. You will make money, and they'll come out there. They'll buy popcorn and hot dogs and beer and anything you want and fill your little seats. All you got to do is show that you care. The Detroit Tigers are showing the fan base they don't care. And you know what? And we got Mr.
KG, yeah.
KG.
It's good enough for K. Good enough for me, G.
Yep, it's good enough for me.
I stand on it. I stand on it. I want to see something in the offseason because this season already is what it is.
No, baby boy. The season is not done. If you were to do something, they could have done something last offseason. They could have done something early in the season. It's not over. Remember, they're in the American League Central Division, which is not very good. All four of those teams, or three of those teams, could be had. If you cared, if you put a legitimate team on there. Look, the Tigers told us before they even start, we're not going to score runs. We're not. And then everybody's, all right, cool.
No, Terry, not only that, not only did everybody say, all right, cool, there were people in this room that tried to tell me that counting on a 4-leg rookie parlay or a 3-leg rookie parlay to hit, like, I don't know how many more examples.
And half of the parlay did hit. We haven't seen any gruesome injuries to this point.
Show me all the money you make from the parlays that half hit.
I'm just saying.
Show me.
That's fine. That's
Neil.
fine. It's easy for you to flip, Neil. You flip one way, you flip another.
What are you talking? When have I flipped?
You flipped. You said 74, then 79. Then you said they're going to win the division. Now you're flopping again.
What are you talking about now? I'm flopping again.
You're flopping again. You clearly you don't see what's going on here. Well, I won't say that, but I know where your gripes lie with Chris Ilitch. I'm in agreement with most of that. I just don't think that he can't make the same mistake twice. I don't think he's gonna do. He absolutely is.
Let's go to Spencer Raxter for comment.
He's a bum.
Thank you for your contribution, Spenny. Woodward Sports chat thread. Cats. Detroit is not one piece away. Neil is delusional. They need 2 bats. And now, look, Cat Spot, I'm not saying they're one piece away from contending from a World Series. I believe that they are a legit bat, not check stats, Tiger stats, team leader in batting average, Riley Green 249. No, not that. I'm talking about they are one legit bat away. One legit bat from contending to win this division, like seriously contending. Because, as it sits right now, as much as, and look, I got excited like everybody else. I get excited. You can't put this much time into something that I do with the Tigers and not kind of ride the waves a little bit. That's the way that it works. But Terry, when you're 6.5 back of 4 teams and you're a quarter of the way through the season and you take 2 or 3 from a team that was in the World Series last year, and you lose ground in the division, that's a problem.
It's not really. That's a very small sample size. You look at it, you got plenty of time. Let's not talk about winning
not if you don't
series.
change anything.
No, that's true. That's why I'm saying, Mr. Content over there, change something. You can still do this. This division can still be had. You can at least be a threat in this division rather than saying, oh, well, we'll just go win a game here and lose a couple here, win a ball game or lose a ball game and just kind of stay mediocre. This is what they've been doing for 8 years. And I'm saying put your damn foot down and say, this is not acceptable. I don't like it. Change something.
And that is my point. And I'm not talking about move the deck chairs around, rearrange the furniture, paint one of the walls a teal or whatever. I'm not talking about doing that shit. Like, we know what we're pushing through May towards June. We're at Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And I think this is safe to say. You pretty much are what you are by the time June rolls around, right? Is that fair?
Unless you change.
And that's it. And I'm not on board that something's magically going to change. This is what they're going to be.
No, but the dangerous thing about baseball is you can get worse. Yeah, they're hovering around 500, but this is the type of team when you're not hitting, you could lose 9 out of 10 games. You could go through a slump like that easily.
And if they do that, they're dead.
Bam.
They're a losing streak away from it being dead, KG.
Yeah.
For real.
They are.
March Royal, Neil, you keep saying get a bat. Who you giving up and who out there do you want? March Royal, this goes back to like before the season started. And to me, like, I know that's what everybody wants, right? You like die on the hill for a name. And I know like people were talking like JD Martinez and Matt Chapman.
These are names that
guys.
You brought up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like all those. I'm talking about I don't even need. There's not a name I'll die on the hill for. I want the philosophy. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be the aggressor. You go out and do it. What am I going to say? What am I going to say, Terry? If you go out and do it, how can I be critical? If you go and do it and it doesn't work, how can I be critical?
All you can say is, oh, well.
Unless you won't fix it.
We don't know.
Man, who are we talking about there?
We don't know.
There's certain teams that just take it. They just take that butt whooping and say, oh, we'll try to get you next year. And then there's some teams that start the season, maybe not the way they want to, and say, okay, we're not going to take this. We're going to do something. Like the Yankees. And the Yankees don't always just spend money or throw money at something. They'll get a bat. They'll get a pitcher. They get what they need. They make adjustments during the season. The Tigers don't. When was the last time the Tigers got somebody during the middle of the season that made a huge impact?
Not since the glory days.
Right. And
Hamlin.
You're not going to see it because there's new ownership. There's a new philosophy. I always go back to this story. When Comerica Park was being built, Mike Ilitch wanted to put those little tigers, little tigers with the baseballs in their mouth and have them. You know who did not want that? Chris Ilitch. You know why? Oh, Dad, that costs too much money. But go to somebody's house and you always see a picture of somebody in front of the big tiger and in front of Gate A or something. It's like a marketing thing. But he didn't even want to buy tigers. So why is he going to want to buy players? He's not.
Damn.
That's too much money.
Dante 151. Here the Tigers are one major bat away. It reminds me of those Lions teams that whoever the GM would say, we're one player away year after year after year until now. And look, again, I'm not saying a major bat away from winning the World Series. I'm talking about bridging the gap because the other teams are far better offensively. So that's what it is. I know we're late for the break.